They are criminals. My position, I don't know if the international community accepts this. I believe every single adult Israeli is a criminal. You're a criminal occupier. Not the children, they are human children because children can't consent to being occupied.
Sure.
But every single human adult in Israel, except minus a few, they have to serve the IDF. They are occupiers who served a genocidal army versus the Palestinian hostages that Israel took in, where many of them are children. First, I want to get your thoughts on the ceasefire deal that is falling apart. The Western media is completely ignoring the fact that it falls apart. Here's the headline, like that I was discussing earlier. You guys know that Israel is such a barbaric country that they don't even allow Palestinians to celebrate their tortured, Palestinian hostages that Israel taken.
Right.
Rathbone, have you been following this? Like we've seen Palestinian hostages held by Israel come back with no eyes, with burn scars, with no limbs. What's your thoughts on what's been going on with this peace deal?
Oh, I mean, it's obviously a lopsided thing, completely asymmetrical. They've got tens of thousands of Palestinians they're detaining illegally in Israel. They're basically kidnapped and imprisoned. And I have seen some of the pictures coming back, and I've listened to people that have been following this. And I mean, I just think about how deeply insecure of a country that you must be, that it's like you're telling them that they can't celebrate to see their loved ones returned, and they try to frame it as if like, oh, they're celebrating these terrorists like and their crimes and stuff. It's so obvious what they're doing, and I think it just lends to the fact that they're an illegitimate fake settler colony, and they're deeply insecure at every facet in every aspect, and they will have to defame and mischaracterize anything to do with the Palestinians. They're just not deserving of humanity because they're Palestinian is basically what they tell us. So I'm not surprised by all this.
They say that we can't have Palestinians celebrating terrorists. You guys realize that the people who they was deeming as innocent, like these hostages that Hamas had, these people many of them was IDF, people who literally murder Palestinians, people who are occupying their land. They are criminals. My position, I don't know if the international community accepts this. I believe every single adult Israeli is a criminal. You're a criminal occupier. Not the children, they are human children because children can't consent to being occupied. But every single human adult in Israel, except minus a few, they have to serve the IDF. They are occupiers who served a genocidal army versus the Palestinian hostages that Israel took in, where many of them are children who they haven't even been formally charged. Whenever you hear the media talk about this, it's always hilarious, Rathbone, because they will talk about these hostage exchange where it's always like extremely one-sided because Israel kidnaps way more Palestinians than vice versa. So they will say, oh my God, it's amazing. We have 10 Israelis finally being released from Palestinian torture dungeons while Israel's going to release 100 Palestinians. I'm like, what was that? Israel's going to release 100 Palestinians.
Yeah. And it doesn't even get reported. I mean, it's just completely silenced in Western media. The other side to this story where you have the Palestinian prisoners being released. Did you see that insane clip? I think it was the BBC where she said talking about a released sausage from the Gaza Strip, and she was saying, "Oh, he was kidnapped from his tank during a battle."
Oh yeah, I see those.
The mental gymnastics that they have to go to like avoid stating the obvious.
They say stuff like, "My sweet child was taken from me." Then you look into it, it's a 35-year-old IDF soldier.
Exactly.
Like they're so like unbelievably shameless in how they dehumanize the Palestinians.
Yeah, I think if you get kidnapped from a tank, it's like kind of a tiny bit your fault,
I don't think you're the victim there, man.
Yeah, I don't think you could say.
Meanwhile, there are Palestinian children who are sniped by the IDF. You had Hamas that was raided by the IDF way before October 7th. And seeing the IDF assault their family members, seeing their mothers, their husbands, the fathers, their cousins, everyone around them being harassed by IDF. So you have a situation where Palestinian children would curse at the IDF. Because that's obviously what you do. Have you guys been at any protest against the police state where you see what we say to our police forces? Now imagine you're a victim of apartheid and you have these IDF scum who's occupying your land, killing your people. Of course you're going to be upset about that. So you will have a Palestinian 12-year-old who will curse at the IDF, and then they will call this 12-year-old Palestinian a terrorist because they yelled curse words at the IDF. And I'm not joking. This is literally why they detained Palestinian children before. And they have no trial date. They are starved, and they are often beaten in detention. But meanwhile, the only thing that the Western media covers are these Israeli hostages that Hamas had that comes out looking healthy as fuck. They look fit, and they look pretty good considering that they was living under a blockade. Compare that to Palestinians who had limbs literally missing. I'm gonna show you guys this one. I'm trying to find the one with guy who had his eye gouged out. But you have Palestinian hostages that are coming back with no fucking limbs. Yeah, guys. Rathbone, you have anything you want to
add? No. I mean, this I've heard about this too. I haven't seen this picture, but yeah, they're coming back amputated. And I don't know how they're eating food in the Gaza Strip and coming back so healthy, but obviously they're being well taken care of. And it makes sense when you have no power, you're trying to bargain the one thing that you do have to create leverage so that you can get your demands met. And so why would they want to starve why would they want to starve these hostages? That's their one bargaining chip. But I find the whole thing really funny, considering that the IDF has a formal policy to kill all of their hostages or people that were taken, by Hamas, because they don't want that to be used against them later on. They'll have to make concessions to Hamas, and they don't want to do that. So, the whole idea of them they're caring about their hostages is just a complete farce.